welcome back to my kitchen. Are you looking for a healthy, flavor-packed meal that's ready in minutes? Let's make my Shrimp Fajita Protein Bowls with quinoa. This is going to be your new go-to for a delicious, filling lunch or dinner. Let's get started. One of the nice things about this recipe is that you can do a lot of the steps ahead of time. So the first thing we're going to do is prepare our quinoa. So I have a cup of quinoa that I've just rinsed in a fine mesh strainer, and I'm going to pour it out into this little saucepan. And then I'm going to add an equal amount of water. So at this point, I'm doing 1-for-1 quinoa and water, and that's probably not going to be enough water. But when I cook my quinoa, I like it to be a little al dente. I don't like it mushy. So I'd rather add a lesser amount of water, check the quinoa for doneness, and then if it needs more, I'll add just a splash more. But you can always add more water. You can't necessarily take it away. And mushy quinoa is one of the main reasons why I think people who say they don't like quinoa because it's mushy. I think if it's cooked so that the texture is a little more pleasurable, they might actually like it. So start out with a cup of quinoa that you've rinsed, add an equal amount of water, and mix that together in a little saucepan. Add a few pinches of salt, or one big one. Bring this to a boil over high heat, and then reduce the heat to a simmer. And that should take about 10 minutes for the quinoa to absorb all the water, and then we'll test it for doneness. So that's one step you can get out of the way well in advance. So let's put this on the stove and let it get cooking. So the next thing we're going to do is work on the toppings for our fajita bowls. I have a couple of leftover tortillas that were just kicking around the freezer, and I've broken them into little triangle shapes and dusted them with some taco seasoning and a little drizzle of olive oil. And I'm going to spread them out on the basket of my air fryer and just bake them in the air fryer until they're nice and crispy. And this is going to be just a little crispy accompaniment for our fajita bowls. And every air fryer is a little different, so keep an eye on these. You don't want them to burn, but you do want them to get nice and crispy and toasty, just like a baked tortilla chip. While our tortilla chips are baking in the air fryer, we can just whisk up a little crema for the top of our fajita bowls. So this is just a little bit of mayonnaise, about 1/4 cup. I'm just eyeballing that. And I've got half a lime that I'm going to juice. So just stir the juice of that half a lime into your 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. And then we're going to flavor this with some Chipotle hot sauce. Any kind of hot sauce you like. I like a nice smoky Chipotle. And this is one of those taste as you go kind of sauces. So if you like things a little more spicy, a little more lime flavored, add more lime juice, add more hot sauce. Just mix this up, have a little taste. I think the lime is right on, but I think it needs a little more Chipotle. Another couple of shakes should do it. Give it another little taste. That's perfect. Okay, so now you can set this aside in the fridge. This can wait in the fridge for a few days if you like. We have our quinoa going, we're baking our tortilla chips, we've made our crema dressing for our fajita bowls, and now it's time to prep our shrimp. So I have a pound of large shrimp, and I'm just going to clean these, pulling the tails off these shrimp and checking for veins. I like to check each one individually just to make sure there's no dirt track. And if you want a close-up lesson on that, I show you how to do this in a previous video, and I'll link to that in the description. Now that our shrimp are all cleaned, I've had them draining on a little paper towel here, and I'm just going to slide them off the paper towel, gently pat them dry a little bit, just to soak up any extra moisture. And now I have some taco seasoning, so I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit of taco seasoning on top of all the shrimp. I'd say that's about a teaspoon, maybe half a teaspoon per side. Dribble the shrimp with a little bit of olive oil and just stir these around in the taco seasoning so that the shrimp are well coated. And again, if you like a lot of taco seasoning, go ahead and add more. If you like a milder fajita bowl, take it easy on the taco seasoning. This is all up to you and your personal preference. This is sort of a very easy marinade, and we can put these aside in the fridge for the flavors to settle into that shrimp while we work on our vegetables. So our quinoa has been simmering away over here. I actually turned the heat off, and I've just been letting it steam. So we can check on this and see if it's done yet. Yep, that's all nice and fluffy. And the best way to check is just to give it a little taste. So take some on a spoon. And that's perfect. Not mushy, not crunchy. Perfect quinoa. Leave this on the stove, covered, and heat off, and that will stay nice and warm until you're ready to plate up your shrimp fajita quinoa bowls. The next step in our shrimp fajita bowls is to prep the veggies. So I have 2 nice bell peppers here, a red onion, and a nice big clove of garlic. So I'm just going to cut these into strips. Take out any of that white pith that you have left behind. That tends to be a little bitter. So those are all sliced into nice long fajita strips. And now I'm going to slice up my onion. So just add your red onion to your veggie dish. And finally, I have 1 nice big fat clove of garlic. And we're going to add those to the peppers and onions at the end because we don't want them to scorch and get bitter. Just scrape those onto your knife and make a little spot for them on this plate, but you're going to cook those last. Finally, I have a nice avocado, and I'm hoping it's nice and ripe. Do you ever find that avocados go from ripe to rotten in a matter of seconds? So this one I've had sitting on the kitchen counter just for this purpose, and I hope it's going to be a nice one. It's always a guess. That looks pretty good. So take that pit out, get rid of that, and just make some nice slices. Now at this point, I have my avocado halved and I've cut slices into it, but I'm not going to take it out of the shell just yet. I'm going to wait until the last moment when we plate this dish because I don't want the avocado to turn brown. I'm going to place the cut sides face down on a little plate and just set that aside, and then we'll work on the next step. Finally, I have just a can of black beans. And if you want to make your own black beans from scratch, from dried, in the Instant Pot, I often do that. I haven't done that this week, but that's a really cost-effective way to meal prep some black beans, have them waiting in the fridge, and then you can just add them to meals throughout the week, and you get a lot of fiber, a lot of protein, and a lot of other nutrients. So I'm just going to drain this can of black beans, and I'm going to rinse them under the tap. We're very close to the finish line on these fajita bowls, so now we can saute our veggies. So crank up your heat to high, let that get nice and hot, and add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. Swirl that around in your pan, and once your olive oil is nice and hot, you can get started on the onions first. Scrape those into the hot oil. That's okay if a couple of peppers go in too. I like to get the onions going for about a minute or so before I put in the peppers. Okay, that's starting to look and smell very nice. So now into the pan with the peppers and the remaining onion that didn't quite make it the first time. But leave that garlic on the plate for now. Let's add just a generous pinch of salt and a little more taco seasoning, because why not? Now this may seem strange to you, but I also like to add about half a teaspoon of sugar into my fajita veg. It just helps them to caramelize, and it brings out just a little bit more sweetness. So now we can go in with that garlic. And this is just to bring out the flavor and aroma of the garlic. One more minute and these peppers will be done. I don't like limp peppers in my fajitas. I like them to still have some tender crispness. And I'd say at this point, the veggies are done. Turn off the heat and get these out of the pan. I'm just going to turn these out onto the same pan that I was using to hold them on. In the same pan that we use to saute our peppers and onions, we are going to do the shrimp. So turn the heat back on, have that really nice and hot. Put in another couple of tablespoons of olive oil. Start adding your shrimp to the hot pan. I like to put these in a single layer so that they all cook evenly, and so they get a little bit of a sear instead of steaming. Just let those cook undisturbed for about a minute or so, just until they start to turn pink on one side. These have been going for about a minute, and you can see that they're nicely starting to turn pink. So at this point, give them a flip. They do not take long at all. Give those about another 20 to 30 seconds and then get these out of the pan. So that's it for these. Turn off the heat and transfer these to a little bowl right away. We are ready to plate and eat. So we have our cooked quinoa, we have our sauteed pepper and onions, we have our taco flavored shrimp, and black beans, and avocado, and our Chipotle crema, and some other little goodies for on top of our fajita bowls. So first thing, we're going to take a little bit of this nice fluffy quinoa, and it's still nice and warm. It's been sitting on the back burner with its cover on. That's about enough, maybe half a cup. And I like to put everything in nice individual mounds around the side of the pan. Take our black beans, a little spoonful of them. We have some shrimp, about 4 or 5 shrimp per person should do. This recipe will serve about 4 people. I have some lovely salsa. You could make pico de gallo with some fresh tomatoes and onion and cilantro, but my friend makes wonderful pickles and preserves, and this is her salsa that she gave me a little while ago, so I'm going to use this and just spoon a little bit of that beautiful homemade salsa. And I have my avocado. So I've left it in the shells. I'm just going to take that out, but I'm not going to use all of it. So 1 avocado for 4 people. So half of a quarter of an avocado per serving. So just take those slices and fan those out. Try and make it look pretty. And I have a little bit of crumbled Queso Fresco cheese. You could also use any kind of cheese you like. You could use feta, you could use a nice sharp cheddar. And I just scatter that over everything. And a little bit of our nice Chipotle Crema or Chipotle mayo. Just try and do a nice little zigzag over the top. Not very much, it doesn't need a whole lot, just a little dressing. And I have some nice fresh cilantro. So I'm just going to take some kitchen shears and snip that over everything. What did I miss? I think we've got everything. Here is our Shrimp Fajita Protein Bowl with quinoa. We have lots of cilantro, we have avocado, we have black bean, we have sautéed peppers and onions. I have a little bit of homemade salsa. We have all of our beautiful shrimp, of course, and hiding under there is a little quinoa. So there's a lot going on here. So much beautiful fresh flavor. And how about we give this a taste? So let's see if we can get a wonderful bite here. So a little bit of shrimp, a little bit of quinoa, a little bit of salsa, black bean. There's no way I'm going to get everything on this fork, but I think the shrimp are the most important thing. So let's try it out. That is fantastic. It is so packed with flavor, and you'd never really know this is good for you. You've got protein from the shrimp, from the black beans, from the quinoa. You have all kinds of beautiful vitamin C from the bell peppers. So much flavor from the homemade salsa, healthy fats from the avocado. This is a wonderful, nutritious bowl. And even though there were a number of steps, you can do so many of them ahead of time. Oh, you know what I missed? I forgot my little tortilla crisps. So put these on the top, and they add a nice little bit of crunch. There, I knew I forgot something. How about another bite? So lovely. And now that you have all of these things made and ready in the fridge, you can just assemble this bowl whenever you're craving a nice lunch or a quick dinner. Pop it in the microwave. Don't put the avocado on just yet, but pop the whole thing in the microwave, give it a little zap to heat it up. Put your avocado on, put your salsa on, your cheese, your crema, and you have a beautiful, nutritious fajita bowl. You could order something like this in a Tex-Mex restaurant and you would be completely wowed. So why not make it for yourself at home on one of these cold, wintry days when you need a little bit of sunshine. Thanks so much for watching. I hope I'll see you here again next week when I'll have another delicious recipe. Leave me a comment. Maybe like this video if you enjoyed it. Maybe even subscribe. Thanks for hanging out with me in my kitchen. Bye for now.